This rich kid had a secret habit. He liked biting other boys' ears and blowing smoke in female teachers' faces to tease them. Sometimes he even pulled a teacher into his arms and said disgusting things. Classmates laughed and took photos, claiming the teacher wanted to sit on the student's lap. She tried to ignore the insults but clenched her fists. After thinking for a moment, she decided to hold back. Han was a well-known bully in the school. Since he was 5, he often bullied classmates. With his family's money and power, he did whatever he wanted at school. Even the old lady selling sushi outside wasn't spared. Every day, Han and his gang knocked her sushi to the ground, stuck cigarette butts into it, and forced her to eat it. Her grandson tried to stop them, but they beat him up and made him eat the sushi too. The boy had no choice but to obey. His nightmare had just begun. Every day, Han choked him until he passed out, then woke him up to do it again. At lunch, he was locked in a dark cabinet and had to eat sushi from the floor. During breaks, Han made him play rock, paper, scissors. The loser got slapped. The boy purposely lost every time, hoping Han would stop. But Han, seeking more fun, turned on the school's speakers. His scary laughter echoed through the school. Students trembled in fear. Teachers, afraid of losing their jobs, ignored it all. This only made Han bolder. When trainee teacher Simin arrived, everything changed. On the surface, she seemed like a kind and gentle teacher. But in truth, she was one of Korea's top boxers. She had won countless awards in the past. She could have competed in world championships for Korea. However, to pay off her father's huge debts, she took money to lose on purpose in a public match, ruining her bright future. Life's pressures forced Simin to become a high school teacher. To get a permanent position, she stayed cautious and endured quietly. She only let out her anger in the restroom. One day, she heard a big secret. The teacher she replaced had died by suicide just 2 days earlier. What she didn't know was that he was forced to death by Han. Luckily, Teacher Lee revealed Han's actions to her and warned her to avoid him. Simin agreed on the surface but felt deeply angry inside. Because Han often bullied the old lady Simin had once helped, she could only vent her frustration by boxing in secret. To secure her job, she pretended not to know the truth. One day, Simin saw Han put a black bag over Jin Hyung's head. It seemed Jin Hyung was about to be beaten again. Simin hesitated, remembering the warnings to stay out of it. Then Han kicked Jin Hyung to the ground. Han's gang cheered, unafraid of punishment. They had already blocked the security cameras. Simin clenched her fists and decided to act, but a student stopped her. Jung Ho told her Han's father was a prosecutor, his mother a lawyer, and his uncle a police chief. Nobody dared to go against him. Han threatened Jin Hyung, saying he would kill Jin Hyung's grandma if he resisted. Jin Hyung trembled with fear, but stayed still to protect his grandma. Just as Han charged, Simin pretended to make a phone call and pass by. She hit Han's leg, then pretended to fall. Everyone thought it was an accident. Simin pretended to scold Jin Hyung, urging him to go back to class. But without Han's permission, Jin Hyung didn't dare move. Han was furious and wanted to kill the troublesome teacher. Simin acted clueless and quickly slipped away, but Han had already noticed her. The next day, Jin Hyung found Simin and cried, begging her to help him escape Han's bullying. Simin said she was just a trainee teacher and couldn't help. She suggested he tell the homeroom teacher or call the police. But the homeroom teacher already knew and did nothing, and the police had been bribed by Han's parents. The case was closed due to lack of evidence. With no other choice, Simin advised him to transfer schools. Jin Hyung refused, saying he did nothing wrong. He believed the bullies should be punished. Seeing his breakdown, Simin felt torn, but after calming down, she realized she was powerless. Finally, she gathered courage and sent an anonymous letter to the Education Bureau. The next day, the letter spread throughout the school. Everyone panicked. Simin realized she had caused trouble. Han's mother stormed into the school, demanding the letter writer confess or face defamation charges. This could mean jail time and a heavy fine. At that moment, Teacher Lee was the first to argue back, but Han's mother turned her anger on her, insulting her repeatedly. Simin suddenly knelt on the ground, admitted she wrote the letter, and begged for forgiveness. Han's mother humiliated her and demanded the school fire her. To keep her job, Simin kept bowing and apologizing. Han watched everything from outside. He threatened Jin Hyung, saying he would never escape him. That night, Simin worried about losing her job. Suddenly, she saw Han staring at her angrily. The bullies showed her photos of her and Jin Hyung, spreading rumors they were kissing. Simin ignored them and tried to leave, but Han grabbed her and warned her to obey if she wanted to keep her job. Han had asked the principal not to fire Simin because he wanted to punish her himself. This was just a small warning for her. Simin wandered the streets, lost in thought. A man bumped into her shoulder. She quickly apologized, but the man wouldn't let it go. Hearing his insults, she remembered the day's humiliation. She did nothing wrong but still had to accept the blame. Enduring only made bad people worse. She realized violence must be fought with violence. She decided to bring the bad guy to justice. From then on, Simin followed Han every day. When she saw him bullying someone again, she turned into Cat Warrior, ready to teach him a lesson. Han felt dizzy, but quickly fought back. He wasn't a match for her at all. The boys nearby were shocked. They had never seen Han so humiliated. Both landed a deadly hit at the same time, but Han bled and looked even worse. Just then, the police arrived. Everyone ran away. Simin lay on the grass, feeling very happy. Jung-ho, hiding nearby, saw it all. He looked at her with admiration and spread the news about Han getting beaten across the school. The teachers were secretly happy someone had taken revenge for them, but Simin acted like nothing had happened. Soon, classmates began carving insults about Han and drawings of Cat Warrior everywhere in the school, even on Han's desk. Seeing this, Han felt his dignity was challenged. To calm him down, his followers suggested a new fun game. They stripped Jin Hyung, put a plastic bag on his head, and wrote nasty words on his back. They told him to buy fried chicken in 5 minutes, or they would hurt his grandma. Hearing this, Jin Hyung ran as fast as he could. People on the street thought he was crazy. When he reached the fried chicken shop, the owner was stunned. Jung-ho, working there, saw him, and quickly went to find Simin for help. He gave his jacket to Simin and told her not to reveal herself. Simin kept denying she was Cat Warrior. Jung-ho said he had seen everything. He admitted he called the police and spread the news about Han's beating. He begged the teacher to help them. Meanwhile, Han was enjoying the video of Jin Hyung being bullied. He even told his guys to edit it maliciously and post it online. Simin appeared again as Cat Warrior. Seeing her, Han angrily threw a billiard ball at her. Simin attacked him fiercely, but a guy ambushed her. Han seized the chance to fight back, but Simin adjusted quickly. At that moment, Jin Hyung returned with a knife. Simin realized something was wrong, kicked Han away just in time, but her arm got cut. Everyone was stunned. Jin Hyung cried in despair. Worse, the others recorded the scene. Soon, the fried chicken owner came and took Jin Hyung away. Simin also took the chance to escape. After treatment, the doctor suggested she stay in the hospital for a few days, but to avoid Han discovering her, she needed to go back to school. However, Han found a way to search for Cat Warrior. They checked every student's arm for injuries by pulling up their sleeves. One girl protested, but they beat her up. Han dragged her out, stepped on her head, and warned everyone to give clues. Meanwhile, Teacher Lee told Simin she was about to be a formal teacher. She felt happy and didn't notice the danger coming. Han didn't find Cat Warrior among the students. Then he saw Simin's quick moves and how she protected her left arm. He was sure she was the one he was looking for. While Simin was on a call, Han appeared behind her. He grabbed her arm, pinned her to the table, and exposed her as Cat Warrior. Just as he planned to torture her, he saw a poster on the table. A more exciting idea came to him. Han decided to fight Simin at the school festival. He would send a video of Jin Hyung killing someone to the police. While Simin hesitated, Jin Hyung lost hope. He stood on the rooftop, ready to end his life. Luckily, Simin stopped him in time. To save Jin Hyung and the other victims, she agreed to the fight with Han. On the festival day, all the students wore cat masks. Han was ready and waiting for Simin. The fight became the center of attention. Everyone was excited. Simin suddenly thought of her younger, passionate self. So she became Cat Warrior, determined to fight for the kids and herself. Everyone cheered for her, but her arm injury weakened her. She was at a disadvantage from the start. Suddenly, her long hair came loose. Everyone was shocked to see their hero, Cat Warrior, was a woman. Han pinned her to the ground, trying to take off her mask. At that moment, Simin saw Jin Hyung in the distance and remembered their promise to defeat Han together. She quickly regained her fighting spirit and launched a counterattack. Han took a fatal blow and fell to his knees. Seamin swore to make him pay for his actions. Then she slowly removed her mask. She didn't want to hide anymore. She now wanted to face evil openly. The students were shocked to find out Cat Warrior was their teacher, but they felt more awe and respect for Seamin. Cheered on by her colleagues, Seamin attacked with full strength. The principal saw Han covered in wounds and got scared. He told Seamin to stop or he would fire her. But Han refused the principal's help. This was their fight. Han attacked confidently, but Seamin beat him badly. Even the principal fainted first. In the end, Han couldn't fight back anymore. Seamin kicked him hard, sending him flying to kneel before Jin Hyung. But Han was too proud to apologize. Jin Hyung said he didn't need the apology because Han had already lost to everyone. Han felt deeply humiliated. Seamin struck the final blow, and Han never got up again. Soon the police charged Han for his crimes and he faced justice. But in front of the media, he showed no regret. Seamin resigned from teaching but sometimes taught girls boxing part-time. She still had a strong sense of justice. When she saw unfairness at school, she stepped in to help. To her, the best way to stop evil was to fight it head-on.